rockin' selection is Evil Ways by Santana. Remember that great self-titled first album of theirs? What a masterpiece. Evil Ways was the first hit single they had, and it reached number 7 on the US Billboard charts. It's a song about a spiteful girlfriend who kind of refuses to spend enough time with her boyfriend. That's how it was written. Greg Rowley performed the incredible Hammond solo in the middle of it, along with a neat guitar solo by Carlos Santana. We'll focus on the guitar end of the song today and give you a basic version. Here's Santana, 1969. You gotta change your evil ways. Okay, well, let's talk about the essential chords you need for Evil Ways, and it's really a 3-chord song with a couple of little variations. You need a G minor bar chord. You need a C major bar chord. And a D major bar chord. Those 3 chords give you all the and give you this. So they give you everything you need for the song except a couple little bits. And for those little bits you need a slight variation. In addition to the G minor, you need a G minor 7. So all I'm going to do to form that chord is take my pinky off the 5th fret of the 4th string and move it to the 6th fret of the 2nd string. To there. G minor 7. And in addition to the C major, I need a C7. So all I'm going to do there is just get rid of the middle note in that little A chord formation. In other words, I'm going to have my 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string and my pinky finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and the 3rd string becomes part of the bar there. Okay. C7. So again in review, G minor, G minor 7, a C major, a C7, and a D major. And that's Evil Ways. Alright, let's talk about the intro. The intro is a really cool drum line, followed by 2 straight chords, a G minor and a C. So we get okay, and then we're going to put in the signature little riff that Carlos Santana does here, and he does it twice here at the in the intro of the song, and then twice again coming out of the keyboard solo and into the 3rd verse. And so we go. Okay, and the riff is like this: 3rd finger, 5th fret, 4th string, and then it kind of flops down and covers the 5th fret of the 2nd and 3rd strings. I change my picking to the 4th from the 4th string to down on 3 and 2. And then I go down to the 3rd fret with my index finger and pick up. So it's looking at the right hand. And that finishes it. Like so. So I go back to the 5th fret of the 4th string and then finish up, this time with a down pick on the 2nd and 3rd strings at the 3rd fret. The whole thing. Okay, and when we put it with the chords. After we play through that little riff twice is where we get into the Latin feel of the chording and the verse of the song. Alright, let's talk about the rhythm, the Latin rhythms of this song, and some of the things that Carlos Santana does. If you were just to go off internet chording, you would just be told to play G minor and C. fine. If you want to do that, it's going to sound really good. And you can jam with that all night long. Take your keyboard solo, put it in there, take your guitar solo, put it in there, have some fun with it. But I'm going to show you a couple of little things that you can do that he does that make it just a little bit different and a little more accurate. And one of the things is I'm doing there is when I transfer from the C chord back to the G minor, it's just like what I was doing in the riff, except I'm doing it. That's one of the things I can do. So another thing he does is he substitutes a G minor 7 for a G minor in the pattern. So it's so when you normally you would think back and forth G minor, C, G minor, C. Alternate G minor with G minor 7. Almost sounds a little bit like spill away, big big girl. Okay, he does that, and specifically he does that in a little section. Well, the keyboard actually does this. I'm getting tired of running and fooling around to get somebody who won't make me feel like a clown. This can't go on, Lord, we gotta change. So I'm getting tired of playing and fooling around to find somebody who won't make me feel like a clown. This can't go on. Okay, one other little thing he does is when I come home, that's just working on the 3rd and 5th frets, 5, 4, and 3 strings. Hammer from 3 to 5 on the 5th string, to 3 on the 4th string, to 3 on the 3rd string, and then the G minor chord. With practice, you don't miss a beat. That's another little riff he puts in there from time to time. So there's 3 things that Carlos does with this rhythm that are going to make the song more fun and more accurate. All right, we would be remiss without spending a little bit of time showing you what the right hand is doing. But I do not want you to get all hung up on, well, I got to play everything exactly the way it is on the record, because I'm sure in a live situation, the important thing is to have a general feel for this song and just kind of feel it. That's Latin music, you know. It's not a playback machine or anything like that. It's just feel. So like this. That kind of feel. And remember to try and fit those other things in. Actually, the comes in certain spots, so you can listen for that in a song and watch the playthrough, and you'll see where I put that in. But remember to put that in. And that other little bit. Gives you a feel for the strumming in Evil Ways. Okay, let's talk about where the D chord is used in this song. And it comes up twice. The first time is going into the keyboard solo and then coming out of the 3rd verse and into the frantic sort of frantic chorded guitar solo at the end of the song. So the first time it's actually 9 beats. This can't go on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Lord knows you gotta change. And that's just a D5 chord. This can't go on. Lord knows. So I'm pulling off and kind of sliding that down a little bit there at the end. The second time, it's just 8 instead of 9. This can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we do this little rundown. Okay, it's D, C, B flat, A, G, F, G. And that takes us straight into which is the G minor 7, and this is where, we haven't used it yet, the C7 chord fits in. So it's that frantic strumming at the end where the guitar lead work is in. Carlos plays all that lead stuff, is that's the feel, and there's a fair bit of that plecky stuff built into that chording there. So those are the two spots where the D chord is used, and then also that C7. All right, well, what we'll do here is modify the playthrough a little bit. There'll be a short rhythm section where the keyboard solo would be. We'll come out of that into the third verse, come out of that into the guitar solo, which is extended and fades, and we'll figure out an ending, and we'll talk about that ending later. Here we go. At the end there, and in a song lesson like this I can't teach you to play keyboards like Greg Rowley or guitar like Carlos Santana, but I can show you a little bit about where he works in some of this lead work. And so we're up on the 15th and 12th frets of the third string, that little bit I did there. kind of a Layla thing there, is all around the sort of 15th and 12th frets of the 3rd and 4th strings. The scale, though, if you want to work some things out and just have some fun with it, if we start on the 15th fret of the 4th string, if you're playing those notes in the sequence you choose to throughout that the chording at the end of the song, and having some fun, just kind of work out your own style of lead there, but use that scale to play it. Okay, well, fine tuning today is really just a reminder about rhythms, and this song is all about rhythm. It's a Latin song, and Latin and rhythm kind of go together. So you can experiment with the different rhythms that I showed you. There's one there that I intended to put in that little section in the middle there. It's just another one you can experiment. It's all about rhythm. There you go, Santana, Carlos. Greg Rowley, Evil Ways. We'll see you next time on Song Mentor.